Hiya, welcome back to my channel. Last week I've shown you guys on my first ever full home renovation project. So for this episode I want to focus on things that you should do before you start on any demolition or renovation. And that is electrical and gas inspection. For me personally, I think it's the most important step, especially when it comes to do a full renovation on a property. Some people might say, oh, I'm not doing any electrical work, so I don't need one. Or they might say, oh, I'm just replacing certain things and other things will stay the same. I don't need it. Or everything seems to work. Why do I need one? The simplest answer that I can give you is safety. Just to make sure that it is safe. Sometimes things might be working, but it doesn't mean it is safe. Yes, a proper inspection will cost quite a bit, but you get to know the condition of your electric or gas and what you should do next. So you can plan ahead, and it's better to start early than find it out later that things are not working properly after the renovation. Or after a year or two, problems start to raise and you need to rip out new ceilings or flooring or wall tiles because it will be more hassle, more cost. So please do an inspection. If everything found okay, then you can have a peace of mind. If problems are found, fix it before anything else. So for electrical inspection, the inspection that you need is called EICR, which stands for Electrical Installation Condition Report. It basically checks for integrity of your fuse box, cables, lighting, sockets, and other equipment that uses electricity. One of the examples I want to show you why this inspection is so important is actually from this project. The consumer unit in this property is a very old style fuse box which contains rewirable fuses. For people who are interested, this type of fuse is BS3036. BS stands for British Standard. One of the issues with this type of fuse is that sometimes people will rewire the fuses with the wrong fuse wire or even copper wire because of constant tripping, or they assume it's nonsense tripping. Rather than finding out the issues, they will just rather wire it with something that won't trip, and to them it's problem solved. To me and to you guys, it's very dangerous. And sometimes people are just lazy. Rather than buying the correct fuse, they will just find whatever that they can find, and that's how it works. It's fine. And also with this type of fuse, it does not have RCD protection. And what RCD do is it protects you from faulty appliances or damaged cables or earth leakage, which could lead to potential electric shock. It is a very important safety device which I think every home should have, especially when you have electric shower. If you have electric shower, it must have RCD protection. So since this property doesn't have it, I will get a new fuse board fitted with RCD protection on each circuit. Another thing I want to show you is this damaged lighting cable which I found during electrical inspection. From the video you can clearly see someone drilled right into the cables and put a wall plug into it, and then decide just wrap up the damaged part with some insulation tape. I don't know why people do that. You can see the cable is coming down, you know the cable is there, why drill into it? It makes no sense. From this second video here, you can see they drilled almost onto the cable and it slightly missed out. This is why an electrical inspection is so important, because if you don't do it, you won't know, and sometimes it's just dangerous. With a gas inspection, what you want to get is a gas safety certificate or a landlord certificate, or just simply CP12. What this do is it checks for any gas leaks, the condition of your pipework, and the condition of your gas appliances like boiler or cooker, and it also checks for ventilation. Some people will be puzzled, why ventilation? And it's because when you burn gas is made of mainly methane, which is CH4, and when you burn gas, it involves methane and oxygen together, and it will produce carbon dioxide, which is CO2, and water, H2O. If there is a lack of oxygen or ventilation, another product could be produced, which is carbon monoxide, CO. Carbon monoxide is super dangerous. By breathing even a small amount, it could cause damage to your brain, heart, and other organs. Both carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide are colorless, tasteless, and it has no smell. So when you breathe it in, you have no idea that it is going into your body, which is why ventilation is so important. A lot of people think by breathing main gas is poisonous, and the truth is, gas from gas meter or methane is actually not poisonous. It doesn't have any particular smell. The smell you get from gas is actually an artificial smell that is added into it, so that if there's a leak, we can detect it. But sometimes there could be a very slow leak or a very small leak, and it could due to the age of the pipe, maybe a loose fitting or bad appliances, and it could also come in from multiple locations. So when you have a small gas leak, sometimes you don't always smell it. When a gas engineer do a gas safety inspection, they will do a tightness test, and it will be done in stages. They will test for a bypass first, in case your main gas valve and the meter is letting gas through, even at a closing position. When this is satisfied, they will then perform a tightness test with 1 minute stabilization and 2 minutes testing. If no leak is present, it's a pass. If there is a leak, the engineer will then go and try to find the leak, rectify, or make safe before they can leave. And at this property, it's a pass. With water and plumbing, you can go around and do this yourself. Check for any potential leak. You can just walk around the house, do a visual inspection. If you found any, make a note and make sure that you fix it. If you do any plumbing work, test it before you board up. The final thing I want to add is asbestos survey. To be honest, a lot of homes could have asbestos. Asbestos is a fiber material that was added to building materials to either strengthen it or make it fireproof. And this material is very dangerous. When you breathe it in, it can cause lung cancer. What I'm so surprised about is that the first asbestos related disease was found in 1899, and it was fully declared as dangerous product in 1940s, but the material was still used in properties all the way up to 2000. If it's dangerous, why are they still allowed to be used? So any homes before 2000 in the UK, it could have asbestos, and it's mainly in the ceiling or floor tiles. So my suggestion is, if you are looking to do a big renovation, get it tested. Or if you found something suspicious when you were doing the renovation and you think it might be asbestos, then you have to stop everything and get it tested. If found, remove it by a professional. If not, carry on. I know all these inspections can cost quite a lot of money. It is not cheap, but it is a really important part of your home. Whether you are an investor or a homeowner, think long term, think safety. It will be worth it in the end. I just want to say thank you to all of you who stayed with me all the way to the end of this video. It is a lot of talking, but I think it is a really important part of any home renovation, and I just want people to be aware of this because I don't think many people talk about it. So the next video I'll talk about some of my design ideas, where I get my inspirations and how I put them together. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next video.